Well, hello everyone. If you've landed here, you are amazing because this show has had more iterations than I don't know. Uh yeah. Thanks a lot for joining. Kevin, how are you from the other side of the world, but the same side of the issues? Uh Thanks everyone for joining for Brainwashing of America. This show was supposed to go live last night, but as you know, couldn't go live, unfortunately. My mom wasn't feeling well, still isn't feeling well. Turns out she broke her pelvis and her shoulder. Pelvis in 3 places, 4 places, shoulder in 3. Um, the good, bad, I don't know. She can't be operated on because it's not a break that they can fix with a plate or a screw or any of that stuff. So whether she was 20 or 85, which she is 85, they said that they wouldn't have operated. So she has to do therapy. Yesterday was crazy. Today was a little crazy, but they finally found the right pain med mixture. So I want to thank you all for praying for mom because it really did help. And now she is in great hands with the staff at Waccamaw Hospital. So thank you all for all your prayers. Just keep on going. It's going to probably be a long road, about 4 to 6 weeks for her to recover. So prayers help, and they're sorely needed. And you can pray for my mental health while you're at it. Um, Tonight, again, the show's called Brainwashing America. We're going to talk about the education system in America, how it came to be, and whether or not it is actually indoctrinating our kids. And so I'm going to put up a poll on this side of the screen. Answer it. Tell me if you think that our education system is brainwashing or indoctrinating our kids. I'm gonna play this clip from, I guess it was from the 80s. Watch.
You're saying they're brainwashing. Okay, you're saying these people that are experts in brainwashing is using the Department of Education to brainwash our children.
Yes.
What are they after? Why are they doing it?
Well, if you want to move a country from a free individualistic economy,
Which we have.
yes, or had,
okay.
to a planned economy, you have to do it through the schools. You have to dumb down and brainwash, change the attitudes and values. You have to completely, social engineering has to go on constantly. And many teachers know what I'm talking about. And people are going to say, well, when did this start? And who on earth ever did this? Why would a plan like that be allowed to be carried out?
That's right.
Well, then you have to go back to 1934, which I will do, and we have to go to the three-pronged fork, okay? So I do think that the watershed year, although you can go back to the early part of the century when the Rockefeller Foundation and the Carnegie Corporation were deeply involved in education, and that it was decided then that Carnegie would deal with the international part and Rockefeller domestic. So they commissioned the American Historical Association to put together a study of the social studies, and they came up with lots of volumes, but I have one little volume, Conclusions and Recommendations for the Social Studies. And basically that little one is an original book. I wish I'd brought it with me. Too bad. But I don't even dare let it out of the house. It's so important. It called for changing the United States through the schools from a free individualistic economy to a socialist, collectivized, planned economy in the New World Order.
It says that in the book?
Yes.
And that book was written when?
In 1934.
By who?
It was the Carnegie Corporation paid for it. The American Historical Association put it together. And
can people get that book in the library?
No.
No?
No, they can't. They were very instrumental in getting the Elementary and Secondary Education Act passed, which, as I said before, changed education from knowledge, content-based, academic, to performance-based behavior. And from that time on, because that was necessary for what we're looking at now with school to work agenda is the planned economy is performance-based.
So they're training workers.
They're training
not
little
thinkers,
worker
not
bees.
leaders.
Exactly. At that time, you had a general, Buck Chisholm, a Canadian general psychiatrist, who was a very close friend of Alger Hiss's. And he gave a speech in 1945 to the World Health Organization, which basically recommended getting rid of the conscience.
Wow.
Yes. And he said we would do it through the schools. We would retrain the teachers to be little psychiatrists. He said it is an international system they're looking at. They're going to change the behavior of the children. They're going to change the teachers' training. They're going to do everything. He told them everything.
And they didn't believe him?
No, they just let, well, you know what goes on.
If that's not the scariest clip you've ever seen, I don't know what is. I'm gonna say hello to everybody, and then I'm gonna read a little bit for you. I did a little research and I tried to pull it all together for you. Hi, Francine, good to have you. Hi, Robert Santillian, good to have you. Hi, Kevin Young. Angela Ricca, yeah, I think I talked about it at the beginning. She's got broken shoulder, broken pelvis. She had a little bit of anxiety today, but she's doing much, much better. And your prayers are helping. So thank you. Yes, thank you, Kevin. She's doing as best she can. She's a tough person. Let me just tell you something. Two people came in to PT and told her she had to get up. My mother was like, get up? I have broken bones. They said, well, you have to get up. That's the only way you're going to heal. And she says, okay, tomorrow. I can't get up today because I didn't sleep for 2 days and I haven't eaten for 2 days and I feel very weak. You should go along. And they said, oh, no, you're getting out of bed. Now, they're two pretty young, strong women. My mom's about 160 pounds. Mostly in the bosom area. And she's 5'3" and she's 85 and she looks like a harmless gray-haired lady. And so the two women tried to get my mother out of bed and my mother wrestled them basically to the ground. And after they were sweating and huffing and puffing, they put her back in bed and told her, okay, that was enough for today. So, yeah, my mother got her way as she always does. Hello, Denora. Thank you so very much. She's doing much, much better. It's so good to hear from you. Hello. Oh, okay. We talked to Angela and she's praying. Thank you. Bones get weaker as we age. Yeah, we talked about that. They're very brittle. You know how she went down? Hospital socks. Hospital socks are not meant for continuous wear because you wash them a couple of times and that stuff in the bottom comes off. And also she was wearing my Pops' hospital socks. My Pops was 6'3" and had a size 13 shoe. My mother's 5'3" and has a size 8.5 shoe. So, yeah, go figure. Thank you, Lucille. Thank you, Margie. Hi, sis. Okay. Let me see. Operation Mockingbird. Yes. Entitlement was step number 1. Yes, indeed. I can't vote on international American issues, but it's worldwide. But you can vote in this poll. This poll is, it's right here. I don't know how you get to it. I don't know how you get to it. So see if you see it and figure it out. Okay. This is the first opportunity I've had to do a poll. And I don't know. Can you all see it or not? I'm not sure. Hello, Gloria. Good to have you. Let me see. Let me take that. We did that. Andrew Dorman, hello. All big business affects all education from kindergarten to college years, in my opinion. Truthful information is always required. Well, that is so. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you. I don't know. Do you want to see my face or do you want to see? Maybe you don't want to see my face. We're going to share. I'll share my screen. It's going to be too small for you to see, though. No, I'm not going to share my screen. I'm just going to read it to you. You all can figure out how to vote on the poll. Okay, Rockefeller's educational blueprint, the General Education Board. In 1902, John D. Rockefeller donated $1 million, which was a large amount for that time, to establish the General Education Board, formally incorporated by Congress in 1903. The Rockefeller family ultimately contributed over $180 million that the stated mission was the promotion of education within the United States of America without distinction of race, sex, or creed. On the surface, this was classic progressive era philanthropy, improving Southern schools, building high schools, supporting Black education, often vocational, reforming medical schools via the Flexner Report, and modernizing agriculture through demonstration farms. The General Education Board helped establish or improve over 1,600 high schools in the South, funded teacher training, and supported institutions like the University of Chicago and various medical schools. So sounds really, cool, right? The most revealing document is Occasional Papers, number 1. The title, The Country School of T.O.-Morrow, 1913, by Frederick T. Gates, Rockefeller's close advisor and chairman of the GEB. Here is the key passage. In our dream, we have limitless resources, and the people yield themselves with perfect docility to our molding hand. Okay, perfect docility to our molding hand. The present educational conventions fade from their minds, and unhampered by tradition, we work our own good will upon a grateful and responsive rural folk. We shall not try to make these people or any of their children into philosophers or men of learning or of science. We have not to raise up from among them authors, editors, poets, or men of letters. We shall not search for embryo great artists, painters, musicians, nor lawyers, doctors, preachers, politicians, statesmen, of whom we have an ample supply. The task we set before ourselves is very simple, as well as very beautiful one: to train these people as we find them to a perfectly ideal life just where they are. So we will organize our children into a little community and teach them to do in a perfect way the thing their fathers and mothers are doing in an imperfect way, in the homes, in the shops, and on the farms. The vision emphasized practical vocational training tailored to rural and industrial life, producing efficient farmers, workers, citizens who improved productivity without challenging the social order. It aligned with the era's scientific management, Taylorism, and the needs of rapidly industrializing America. So, I mean, they were brainwashing these kids. That was the whole idea here. Brainwashing. Crazy stuff. Kevin. Yes, you have an absolute right, because this is not a real vote. This is just a vote on my poll. So, and because you are a somebody who understands and looks at global education and global politics, you have every right to vote, Kevin. Every right indeed. In this one, you don't have to be a citizen to vote. Okay, let me see. What did I miss? All right, so probably, this is where psychology came in. And this is probably what led to this little cartoon being played in the 1940s.
Before signing up, you boys ought to try a little taste of Doctorism's formula to see what you'd get in exchange for your freedom. Go ahead, try it.
You can't do this to me! I'll strike!
The state forbids strikes.
Wait till the union hears about this!
Ah, yes, the union. Welcome to our ranks, number 1313.
I'll take this case to the Supreme Court.
The state is the Supreme Court. Our decision is as follows. No more private property. No more you.
The farm folk will put a stop to this.
Farmers don't vote anymore.
What'll they do for seed next year?
You won't have to worry about next year. The state will do your planning from now on.
We must fight to regain our freedom, or everything is lost. Everything
is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
When anybody preaches disunity, tries to pit one of us against the other through class warfare, race hatred, or religious intolerance, you know that person seeks to rob us of our freedom and destroy our very lives. And we know what to do about it.
Now, gentlemen, no violence, please. Don't throw those bottles. Don't throw those bottles. No! Oh, no! Hey, oh!
Interesting, huh? And we have our kids in the streets trying to undermine the Constitution of the United States to usher in socialism. And we have plenty of elected officials who are across the country who are socialist Democrats. 1984, absolutely, exactly. That's absolute communism. You're absolutely right, Kevin. Brainwashing is much worse. Absolutely, it is. Good evening, Gary. Good to have you. Oh, Gary, you got to catch some of the clips that I have been playing if you haven't already. So play on rewind. So this this whole social experiment, this psychological invasion, I'm going to call it, because that's what it was. It was they used psychology and psychiatry to invade our minds. There was no more individualism because they Carnegie, Rockefeller, and some of the richer families, the established families, and this is what happened with Michael Bloomberg. This is what's happening with Gates. They think that money makes them more intelligent than anybody else, and then they can shape the world because they have money. And they knew that the best way to do it was through our education system, and they have been successful, more successful now than ever. Here is just a little clip that I think is interesting about, and it was done in the 70s. I'm sorry, in the 60s. But it was a social experiment. Watch.
Psychologists left 2 cars on the street just to see how long it would take for them to be destroyed and looted. One was immediate, and the other took a week. 2 identical cars, same color, same model. Both were left abandoned. Hood open and without plates, abandoned on the street as if they had no owners. One stayed in the Bronx in New York, a dangerous neighborhood, and the other stayed in Palo Alto, California. Rich city, that feeling that no one messes with anyone. The person responsible was a psychologist called Philip Zimbardo. He was not trying to prove that poor people are worse, nor that rich neighborhoods are morally superior. Zimbardo wanted to prove that human behavior changes when the environment signals that no one is watching and that there will be no consequences. The researchers stayed there, observing the cars. In the Bronx, it didn't take long. First, they took whatever they could, wheels, parts, and whatever had value, and then came the rest. They broke what they couldn't carry, and in a short time, the car turned into scrap. And in Palo Alto, nothing. 1 day, 2, a week, and the car stayed there intact. And so, the psychologist Zimbardo and his team did a very small thing. They broke a glass, and that was it. What hadn't happened in 7 days started to happen. A mark here, a piece disappears there. When the first person crosses the line without consequence, the next one does it with less guilt. And suddenly, the car in Palo Alto was already headed down the same path as the car from the Bronx. A broken window. It became the sign that if someone has already done it, then what is wrong is allowed. And so when what is wrong is allowed, it does not arrive all at once. It arrives by testing according to the permission. You know what's impressive? It's something else. Look at Venezuela. In 1999, Hugo Chavez changed the constitution and little by little concentrated more power in himself. Years later, already with Maduro in 2017, he completely empties the parliament that was elected by the people. At that moment, the people definitively lost their voice. And so the permission, which was gradual and until then informal, ends up becoming a rule in the country. With one of the largest oil reserves in the world, you now have people waiting in lines for up to 2 days to get oil because little by little, the government has been depriving the people of the service and trading the country's oil with other countries. And the salary was gradually being devalued, plummeting to a level of reaching 50 cents of a dollar per month. You couldn't buy food. You couldn't buy anything. All of this did not happen at once. It was one wrong thing after another until the day there was no turning back. Look at our great Brazil. What is our broken window that we have normalized so much that we don't even notice it anymore? The one you see every day and realize that the permission there has already gone beyond the limits. That is how it starts. When wrong is allowed, it becomes routine. And when it becomes routine, anyone can take it.
Yeah. So Marge said it, Giuliani's broken window theory. Absolutely. And that was what changed New York. The fact that, once people started being punished for the smaller crimes, they stopped committing the bigger crimes. And now we went totally backwards. I received a card from Trump congratulating my wife and I on 50 years of marriage. It's only 48, but some people send out cards early. Oh, well, it's a good thing that he sent it out early, because with the post office the way it is, you're lucky that it didn't take until you were 50 years to get it. That's funny. But it's great to that you are married 48 years. I wonder how he knew, but it's great he sent a card. Hi, Maisie, how are you? Okay, let's see. I want to just plug this right in here. If you want to see any more on these papers about Carnegie and Rockefeller and how it affected us, it's in here. The General Education Board and what they did and what happened and why we are where we are right now. It's definitely undermining democracy. So next time somebody tells you that Trump is undermining democracy or the Constitution, tell them that it's them that's doing it. Anybody who's trying to push socialism is undermining our democracy, our Constitution, not our democracy, because we are a constitutional republic. So, representative republic. If they try to create a socialist society here, they are going against everything that the Constitution states. Old real estate trick to get you to sell your property, business to collective troublemaking. Absolutely. I mean, the redlining too, right? Oh, undesirable people are coming into the neighborhood, or they would buy a house and start to destroy it. And there's so many tricks. And that's what I've been saying this for forever. That's what they're trying to do in these big cities, is to get the property values to go down because they're up too high, so that they could swoop in the rich and buy it really, really cheap. 311 information. Yeah. My son is a high school teacher and he feels the students are being indoctrinated in public school. I mean, there's no doubt about it in my mind that this has been going on. But as I said, in case that comment didn't go well, let me just tell you, the blueprint dovetailed with broader efforts. I'll just read this. This blueprint, the one that we spoke about before, dovetailed with broader efforts, Carnegie Foundation, to professionalize and standardize American life. It remains relevant to ongoing debates about public education's purpose, workforce preparation versus cultivating critical thinkers, individual liberty, and civic virtue in a constitutional republic. For a deeper reading, check the Rockefeller Archive Center's digitized records, or the full Gates pamphlet on archive.org. This history helps explain structural features of today's system and why alternatives, classical, homeschooling, vocational choice, continue to appeal. And again, this is why it is so important for us to get these vocational schools and get the kids out of college and to get more people homeschooled. And we have to get rid of the teachers union. And we have to that's why Trump had to take down the Board of Education. There was no choice. Our kids are being they're being indoctrinated. Their brains, their individuality is being sucked right out of them. That's why the Bronx burned. Oh, absolutely. It's why the Bronx burned. Absolutely. Okay. What else do I have for you here? Oh, okay. Here is Nate Friedman, my favorite YouTuber and influencer, talking to teachers who organized the May Day rally in Chicago. This is scary.
These kids are being bused into protest, United States of America. Are kids being brought to the protest here today?
There are students who will be attending.
Okay, and can you tell me roughly how many kids are going to be coming here today?
We are not exactly, we have around 2,000, a little over 2,000.
2,000 kids. How many different schools?
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of them.
A lot of them. Safety operations. So, how long have you been briefed about here today? Has it been like weeks of preparation, months?
We've been preparing.
You've been preparing.
Sorry, we gotta run to this.
Okay. Okay. If we don't document things like this, we will lose our country. Are the kids offered to go to a Trump rally or something like that, or no?
Not that I am aware of. Nothing I can speak to.
Yeah. Okay, so we got students really, it says students over billionaires. Okay?
It says Chicago Teachers Union on the side.
Can I ask you, are you a student here at Chicago Public Schools? Yeah? Were you given the day to protest? Yes? Amazing. And what are you protesting here?
Immigrants.
Immigrants? Are you against ICE?
Yeah.
Why are you against ICE?
Because they're bad people.
What's that?
They're bad people.
They're bad people? Okay. What grade are you in? Ninth grade? Okay. Anything else? What do you think about Trump? He's a bad guy? Fuck Trump?
Yeah.
Fuck Trump. Okay, what grade are you in? You guys are both ninth grade? Okay, so fuck Trump. Okay, are your teachers in agreement with you? Do your teachers agree?
Yeah.
Your teachers agree. Okay. And what do your teachers say about Trump?
Fuck Trump.
That's what the teachers say? They use the F word in class? Wow, so the teachers say F Trump in class, eh? All the signs professionally printed here by the PSL, which is funded by Soros through, you got Progress Unity Fund, you've got the Justice and Education Fund through Singham. Here, I'm gonna stand right here. You can see behind me. This is what's happening. Your tax dollars are being used to bus kids to a protest. So we don't just have kids being bused into protest here. We've got them with megaphones. We've got them with posters. Were they making the posters during school hours? Probably. But we can ask about it. When you hear that they're indoctrinating the kids, this is not a conspiracy.
All organizations have decided to do a day of action, a civic day of action for students, so students can learn about their civil rights and unfortunately that are currently being eroded by our current U.S. government.
Okay, and how is the United States government doing that? I saw that the Chicago Teachers Union on there.
Okay, I'm done. Bye.
Okay, so we've gone from 1903. What is it? 123 years later, we are in full swing. The blueprint that Rockefeller and Carnegie put together is now in full swing. 123 years. Do I believe that when they did what they did, they thought that we would wind up where we are now? No. I think that they thought they would get worker bees. But now, the problem with indoctrinating generations is that when somebody else comes in and hijacks your model and decides, okay, this looks and sounds a lot like socialism, let's bring it the rest of the way, what are you going to do? I mean, really, I don't think that their intention was innocent. Their intention was, we need more people to not question authority and just do what we say. But as we have seen over and over again, socialism doesn't work because ultimately somebody hijacks the model. And the person that hijacks the model are greedy motherfuckers who do not have the best interest of the people in mind. So here we are, 123 years later, where teachers are telling students who, oh, by the way, can barely speak English, fuck Trump, fuck the president. We got a problem in America, and it's not new, but it really is. It really is one that needs to be resolved. And Trump is doing it. And oh, by the way, my car now holds almost as much gas as it did when Biden was president. But somehow I don't care, because I think that why I'm paying more is worth it in the long run. And the fact that Trump is willing to bottom out his presidency at this point, in his approval rating at this point, to protect our children in the future, tells me everything I need to know about the man as my president. And it makes me proud. The real question is, how do these people get in a position to teach children? They're not fit to teach monkeys in a zoo how to eat a banana. Well, because that's what they want. They want mindless. They want people who have already been indoctrinated through the program to become the teachers. Those are the ones they give tenure to. Those are the ones that they give, raises to. Those are the ones that they elevate to principal. Bad parenting, bad teachers. Well, parents are, they're not here. They're gone. It's very scary. It's scary and it's sickening. I think kids in protest is very concerning and dangerous. It's very dangerous. What's the solution? What's the solution here? Exactly what Trump is doing. The solution is to stand strong with our president. Next time somebody tells you, oh, look at how high, the gas prices are. Yeah, they are. They are. This man, this president who they call dictator, that they call only thinks of himself, only cares about himself, only, doesn't care about us, literally tanked his approval ratings and possibly his presidency, to ensure that our children are safe in the future, to do what every single president since Carter fucked it up has said needs to be done with Iran and Venezuela. That to me does not sound like a dictator, because there's no money to be made for Donald Trump. AI killed the model. College degrees will be useless and trades will take off. Well, and thank God for that. So maybe that's our saving grace. Bernie Sanders doesn't want AI because he says that it can affect elections. Teachers are teaching them about rights. They aren't even learning the Constitution of the United States. That is a brilliant fucking statement, Kevin Young. Brilliant statement. Absolutely brilliant. And so true. You could say free speech has got us here. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. We can't. I don't agree with the First Lady and the President about Jimmy Kimmel. I don't believe that they should be censored. Nobody should be censored. I think that people need to get a moral compass and recognize that his jokes weren't funny. Hello, Jeff. Good to have you. Jeff, you need to watch this one from the beginning. This is right up your alley. Disgusting, but it's Operation Mockingbird. It sure is, Santillian. Sure is. Iran will get wiped out soon and gas will go down soon. It will end quickly. I agree with you. But the fact that he's willing to do it, you get what I'm saying? He's willing to do it. Obama wasn't willing to do it. Well, Biden wasn't even conscious. Clinton wasn't willing to do it. Nobody was willing. Not even Reagan. He was willing to do it. All right, we went over, but I owe you some anyway, right, from last night. I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be an intelligent and interesting show tomorrow too. I hope this one you found intelligent. Vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. Don't forget to vote in the poll. I don't know if anybody did. Let's see. Nobody voted in the poll. Okay, we're going to learn about this poll. I'm going to learn more and we're going to do better in the future. I love you all. Thank you for all your prayers for my mom. Thank you for being so loyal and hanging out with me. Thank you for subscribing and liking, and and I told you we're on Spotify too, right? So look me up on Spotify. Let's Talk News. I only have 3 followers there. I need to get at least 15, they said. So come on, help me out. And we're doing really good on YouTube. We're up to 861. So we only have 139 more to go to hit that almighty 1,000. Maybe tomorrow we'll talk about Spirit Airlines. I just got their credit card that gave me extra miles. What good is it now? That was Elizabeth Warren, by the way, not Donald Trump. Love you all. Let me see. Wait, we have some more. I'm sorry. It should be against the law how beautiful you are. Oh, Robert. Also, the Board of Ed is captured just like our politics. Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for that compliment. You make me feel like a new woman. We need to get the schools to teach geographic country boundaries, geographic politics. Yeah, well, who knows if there is any geography anymore, right? They don't want any borders. Good night, my friend Margie Sissy. Good night, Professor. Good night, Kevin Young. And good night, Andrew. I will see you all tomorrow at 8 p.m.